this thing. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on?
Welcome to Playfulverse.
Yes.
That's right. This is Playfulverse.
This is
We're in the verse.
we're in the verse.
Not the creative verse, although we are also in the creative verse. We're in multiverses here.
This is the Playfulverse, the world where we talk about all of the amazing stuff you guys have built. It's all about you and your creations and us going wow at them.
That's the main thing we do, in fact. And so, if this is your first time joining us on a Playfulverse, I'd like to say welcome. Typically what we do, we actually have a public world that I created in Creativeverse. It's called Playfulverse, that anyone can join. And you can join right now and get started building. And what we like to do every once in a while is go check in, see what people have been up to. Check out, we're always surprised, sometimes very surprised, by the creative and interesting builds that folks are doing. And I've got a few on my list that we've heard from some of the players in Playfulverse, heard via some of our sneak preview players are letting us know, hey, you got to check this stuff out. So we definitely have some stuff we want to see.
Thank you guys who responded to our forum posts
Oh, yes,
and
thank
tweets for letting us know some cool stuff to check out.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitter, there's our stuff.
That's true.
But yeah, thank you guys for letting us know. We want this to be a collaborative process where you guys let us know the cool stuff you've made and we go check it out. That's what we want to do. We want to see your awesome stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Jay Brizzle is asking, is your heater broken? Because we're all just bundled up in jackets.
You know what? I'm taking off my jacket.
Uh-oh.
It's getting real.
The heater's on, but, you know, it's less than 70 degrees outside, and so that's freezing in Texas. So you know, we just don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
We're just all a flutter.
It's
We
also
are.
been super rainy.
Yeah, rainy, all sorts of weather happening here.
Yeah.
So we just hopped into the game. I'm
We
doing
we just
my
went
expert
there.
pan there.
Hello.
So here we are. This is my kind of, I think this is where the world spawn is set. No, you know, maybe it moved. Maybe it's over in the welcome center. It should be if it's not. Pretty sure I moved it now. This is my base, which nothing interesting has happened here since a couple Playfulverses ago we built our favorite lounging robot, the Robo Retreat.
Apparently it's 0 degrees in Canada right now.
What does that even mean? I don't understand that sentence.
Condolences.
Yeah. One favorite thing is I didn't really properly measure how this Robo Retreat was going to line up with my existing build. So if you go to the back of it here, it just kind of busts into my hallway, which is cool. I think this
Robo
is...
Retreat likes to bust into things.
Yeah,
This
I couldn't
is
have planned this
default
better,
mode.
I think. So I had to remove some chests here, but just a little nature spilling into my hallway of chests, which is apparently all I build in Creativeverse is rows of chests. So we should get started and check out something cool right now. I've got a few things on my list.
Like those vines.
Yeah, we're gonna get extremely close up to these vines. We're gonna check out JoJo's bizarre touchstone here and see what's doing.
Yeah, Stephen Hurd has, Brainsloth has a list of notes of cool things you guys have suggested we check out.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of an agenda, and yet at the same time, we're winging it because that's how we do.
That's basically how we do this. Necro144 says it's 18 Celsius in Jordan. Man.
I don't even know what that means.
We're just confused. Yeah, that's confusing for a lot of reasons.
Like
It
when you
sounds
say
cold.
I don't know what that means, when you add Celsius to the mix,
Right. It's a double
I'm
whammy.
lost.
All right, so we're here in JoJo's zone. This is a really cool, modern-looking build, using a lot of limestone, blue adobe blocks, a little Grum's Temple Garden. Very nice to see. Some of the new winter blocks here. The Frozen Set Snowberry container with a sure ice in it. I blame Chase for that pun, I think he's the one who come up with that.
We have a natural addiction to puns here at
Yeah.
Playful. We need help.
All of
If you know any 12-step programs for pun addiction, please let us know.
Oh, seriously, yes.
Hey, what's up, Goblin Nooners? So I'm checking out this little bit, and then over here, I saw something. Wow, there's something big going on here. Hey, a lot of folks. Let's say hi to all these guys.
I was watching her build that last night.
Oh yeah, very
Cool.
cool. Stop by. Now we got runs of knives and patch up. All right, so here's a nice frozen. So this is already. I like these snow blowers turned on their side here. Very. I don't know what the word is. Atmospheric. JoJo's Theater on Ice. Enjoy the show. I think
Makes
I
me
will.
think of ski resorts making snow. It's like
Yeah.
they're making snow.
Oh wow, she has made enormous progress since last night. She was just getting this part done right here last night.
She pulled an all-nighter, huh?
Welcome to Nutcracker and Ice.
Magical.
Head
Or
up the
she
stairs
just
for the
works
show.
really fast.
Don't forget your popcorn. There's a giant, not a snowflake, but a shurisen. Sure ice.
Right.
Let's see. Thank you for visiting. Sorry, now you complete. Come again soon for the show. So the show was on hiatus until the full. Hey, thank you, JoJo. Happy holidays, man.
Aw.
So nice.
Happy holidays to you too.
That's
She
nice.
didn't tell me specifically not to set off these haunted fireworks.
Resist the urge.
Hey, I can't resist.
Oh, she did tell you. Okay. She
Adora,
gave you
this
permission.
is-
Oh,
this is
okay.
JoJo's bill.
Well, that makes us better.
So yeah, awesome job, JoJo.
we
I'm
love it.
loving what I'm seeing here. This is great.
Yeah, very cool stuff. All right, let me take a look around just the radius, make sure we're not missing anything else, and then we can check out something. I think we saw it. I think we saw the modern build, and then it
Did
kinda
we
led
really
over-
see it though? I mean, there's so much to unpack here. I feel like we could spend all day here.
Maybe we
Unfortunately,
should.
we don't have all day, so
Oh, that might be true.
and we don't want to be unfair to the rest of you, so we'll probably cycle through.
There we go. I just wanted to get this kind of high altitude view.
A 10,000 foot view.
That's
Yeah.
really cool because what I like to see is the players on there. It looks like they're skating around on the ice platform there. It's very fun.
And the lighting is really nice.
Yeah. So what did I write there? So these notes I made are contingent on being able to read my own handwriting, which is maybe all right. Bardicus, I'm correct. We're gonna go check out Bardicus's touchstone and just see what's doing.
I
This
like
is-
that. I like the thinking there.
This was recommended. I think I came by Playfulverse earlier, and someone said, "Hey, check out Bardicus." Hey, say no more is what I said.
That's good enough for us.
Yeah,
We're
that
there.
was maybe even too much.
I joke, but seriously, like, we love your recommendations.
Oh, yeah.
So every
Hey,
time we do a
Marcus.
Playfulverse, we put out a call to you guys telling us, hey, what should we check out? So,
So
Tell
very
us.
cool teleporter room, underground complex, library, watchtower. Let's see. Spa downstairs. Psh, I'm going to the spa.
I could use a spa day.
Yeah.
Just lock me in the sauna.
Yeah. Winners get trapped.
You know, I got an email last night from Twitch giving us like a year in review of all the clips people had made from our streams.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of a nice stroll down memory lane.
Oh, that's fun. I'll have to check that out.
And it made me realize
There we
Stephen
go.
Hurd is almost always the driver of these things. He is in the command center. He is playing the game, managing our streaming software. He does an amazing job, and I just want to give a shout out to the amazing Brain Sloth for keeping everything running smoothly.
Hey, thanks.
Shout out to Brain Sloth.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Look, this is a lot of fun. I mean, what's not to like? You get to go check out stuff. Sometimes we get to show off new stuff coming to Creativers. Get to hear questions straight from our players. Love it. All right, so I think the coolest thing that I saw down here was this kind of spa setup. I felt rejuvenated when I was in there. I think, was it over here? Yeah. So just, hello, some mineral water. Got the kind of subtle effect of those are probably some hidden industrial chimneys or holiday gingerbread chimneys or something like that. Hey,
Fantastic.
Deckard Cain. What's up with the Deckard Cain voice? I forget.
Don't stream snipe me, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Look at that. That's really cool. So it's just very simple. Death statue with a placemat holding a campfire on it. Very simple. But it just comes across as
It's almost a shrine.
just this barrel with coals and it works perfectly. You know,
Right.
you wouldn't question that if you just saw that without knowing what these objects were. You'd be like, hey, that's a
Well,
fiery.
I would question it, but that's because I have questioning issues.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
working
true.
on it with my therapist.
You're a serial questioner. There's this nice art picture frame. I'll be nice and not change the picture to a Chizard, although I was tempted. I tend to be really awful on these streams and go and open up everyone's doors and set off their fireworks and
And
just
fall to your death.
fall to my own death.
By the way, apologies for the lack of excessive background noise today.
That's true.
A lot of folks are already on winter holiday vacation. And just as I was talking, we had some noise. So thank you guys. Thank you, Playful,
Stepping up in a big way.
for your ever impressive ability to drown out our streams. We wouldn't have it any other way.
That's really true.
It adds a very real realism, and
Yeah, that's one of my
salt
favorite
of the
things
earth
about
feel.
our streams. Is just that you can see in the setup we have here. You can see some of the studio behind us. You see folks coming through. Sometimes we'll see David Leary coming through and giving us the stink eye, or you never know who you'll see. And so it's a lot of fun for me, and hopefully it's kind of fun for folks watching. All right, so I'm gonna pick one random teleporter here, just because I want to see the kitchen. I do not want to see the kitchen, is what I'm saying.
It is close to lunchtime.
That's true. We always like to seek out food-related kind of builds and objects. So, all right, some cooking stations. That makes sense. We're in the kitchen after all. Some food left out. Should put this away. That lettuce should go in the refrigerator in the crisper drawer. See some mushrooms there. This probably should be refrigerated as well. Turnip, I don't know. No. Who buys turnips?
You wouldn't go for a turnip right now?
I'd go for a single turnip, maybe, under protest. A frigid soup, that goes in the freezer, I believe. So there's definitely some food hygiene issues going on here. That I'll send my report to Bardicus after we're done, just kind of with all my findings.
Mm-hmm.
There are some games out there that always giggle me when it comes to stuff like that, because it's like, I'm in a 2,000-year-old dungeon that nobody's been in for a long time. Why am I finding a cabbage in good condition? It's like,
yeah, it's
magic.
Yeah, it is magic.
Cabbage.
Magic cabbage. Which is why you immediately consume it, because who knows what kind of properties it
if it made it that long, it's got to be good for you. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, it's got to meet your RDA of something.
It's doing something right if it's still hanging around. Very cool. So I feel like we checked out some of this build. There's definitely also a lot. We could probably spend 20 minutes here. I like that we checked out the kitchen, got a glimpse of some turnips and various things. We're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it moving. Next up, Nerdly. Oh, that was not the right one. Let's try again.
And as Brain Sloth is going through his kind of list of things to visit, I will try and monitor chat. I know, let's see, GoBrant said, tell Brainy, we may have already missed this moment, to use the teleporter upstairs to the underground complex. If we get back there, keep that in mind. Another note, of course, is that you are now being called Brainy.
Brainy. I've heard Brainy from a few folks over time, so I guess it's inevitable that your nickname gets nicknameized.
That was the most important takeaway that I will not forget.
Okay, what's going on here? Okay.
Oh.
This is new to me.
This is new to me too.
No, ignore my not quite pro gliding skills there. Let's try again. All right, I may have overshot it a little this time. But okay, this is outrageously cool.
What is happening?
Awesome.
So those got to be...
Is Combo already having a party?
Yeah, pro tip if you're joining our, or I should say Combo's...
What is Combo up to?
Combo is hosting a party pad contest. Winter just provided the community with the details of that. So if you're hearing for the first time, whoa, contest, I can win stuff, and you can win including the exclusive. I'm just going to put it on for a second. I haven't earned these, so I can only show you for a second. But the exclusive trophy gauntlets, like the silver gauntlet, you can earn these by participating in the contest. Mm-hmm. If you take second place, you will be the proud owner of the silver trophy gauntlet. All right, I've already worn it too long because I did not earn these.
It's burning your hand.
It's saying you are not worthy to wear this. So I'm going to go back to my frost gauntlet here, which I'm just digging wearing. You know, I feel like having a skull head too under my Santa hat. All right, now we're really just styling. Okay, so back to this. Let's not get distracted here. Find the prize. So it's got to be one of the container items that moves the objects around. So maybe probably the galactic grav chamber is my guess. And just
combined with the beacons?
Just with some beacons in it, some healing beacons from the look of the beam. So, and in fact, it's kind of buried beneath some of these awesome decorative holiday trees. So
And
can't
we
really
don't want
see
to
it.
dismantle it.
I won't dismantle. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be nice. In
But
fact,
we
I
will-
can't because this is on Nerdly Whiplash's claim, so I don't think I even could. But
Right.
that's the first time I've seen that. That is
Yeah,
just
that's really cool.
extremely cool.
Yeah, our best theory is the galactic.
Whoa.
What is the word for
The
it?
grab chamber.
The grab chamber, combined with some beacons. That's a great idea, a lovely idea.
So I'm loving this floor. This is way more creative than I ever get with my floors, which are usually just, a square of the same block.
With a lot of chests, very neatly organized.
A row of chests to make the walls. Yeah, that's a typical Brainsloth build, I think. But this is just really cool. So it's not only the holiday-themed gingerbread blocks that are available now that you can start earning in the new holiday event, but also just tastefully augmented with goo blocks, which to me, this brings to mind like a fruit cake or just kind of holiday-y type things. Even though it's not a specific reference in my mind, it does feel very kind of festive in the holiday light.
I've always wanted to go inside the world of a fruitcake, and now I can say I have.
Life in Fruitcake, the documentary.
I would.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, it looks like a window cookie. You remember those?
Do a cookie.
Like a window cookie where it has like raspberry jam or something on it.
Oh
and then
yeah,
Oh,
just a
yeah.
window.
yeah.
It sounds delicious. So check it. I really like what they've done here, which is just using some campfires. It kind of made just this, a grill kind of slab here for some outdoor cooking of gingerbread. I like it very much. Some really cool stuff here. So I'm really glad that we got the heads up to come check out Nedley Whiplash's.
On that Christmas tree, if you can go one more time, Adora called out that she loved the eggs as ornaments. She thought that was brilliant. And
That
I
works
would
really
agree.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Kind of like pine coney, so they fit.
yeah, Blizzard Chizzer's eggs there. And also some candy cane blocks, it looks like. Some holiday lights, the green ones there. Some wood lights, which actually work really well.
Sure, icings.
Sure, those look like the frost spikes there, or frost crystals, yeah, just placed on top. for the
Stigma
star.
Buster says he's getting a ton of ideas here, which I love to hear. That's like, if nothing else, you guys walk away from these streams with a lot of ideas for new ways to be creative.
So next up, we're heading to Zoff's Touchstone, XOFF. I'm just assuming that I've been saying it correctly the whole time. And even in previous streams, just Zoff. Why not? It's Zoff.
If you weren't saying it correctly before, it has now become the default
That's
pronunciation.
how you do it. And so someone told me, Auntie Lynn's one of our awesome volunteer mods, community moderators, she told me, hey, what you got to do is go to Zoff's Touchstone. Then, we checked this out last time. I saw a lot of awesome.
We've seen this. This is very
Pixar.
cool.
So she said, we got to go to the Corruption Spawner Teleporter. So I'm going to look for that. Aha, okay. So right in here. And then she said, fly around until a lot of stuff spawns, and we're going to get to see something happen. Oh, I already see spawns happening. I'm going to fly around a little bit. I will attempt to fly around a little bit. This is really a real test of my skills here, because I can't go too high or too low.
This feels like a skating rink. It's got a skating rink.
This is
vibe.
extremely skating rinky.
I feel like some 80s music should be playing.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, to me, that brings me to mind, 80s, 90s music. Some Boys to Men or something.
Reminds me of an old Saturn game.
All right, I think we've got a good amount of spawns here, and so then go to the center to watch the trap work. All right, things are already happening. So I'm going to try to parse what's happening here. So there's a system of teleporters that are dropping corrupted mobs into this shaft of mineral water, which is painful to corrupted mobs because it's their antithesis. They are corrupted, and the mineral water is cleansing. So I need to get some more stuff to spawn, I think. It's doing a terrific job
Which
here.
raises the question: if you cleanse a corrupted mob, is there anything left of the mob after they're cleaned?
Well, we find out what's left in the loot bag, right? Probably some sinew, some.
Yum.
There's a Miru, a couple of Miru's eyes.
Some loot, yeah.
Rockster's rock that gets left behind for us. And so what we're seeing, all right, so there it is in action. So I'm guessing there's a system of fans, or it's hard to even imagine what's going on here, but the creatures are sent into the teleporter, dropped into the chute of mineral water, trapped here. You can kill them yourself with a sword, or you can let them perish in the water. So it's a really elaborate skating rink style track, which is really excellent and cool.
That is very
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna stop trying to fly in here because I'm doing just the worst possible job of it. Yeah, check this out. That was a lot of fun. That's really interesting. So, it's going nuts. Sophie, hey, it's a lot of work, but now you got an endless supply of corrupted creatures that are just there to be harvested.
You know, I like this setup. You go do some classic 80s roller skating, and at the end of your session, you've got a huge trove of loot to collect.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to play arcade games and collect tickets. It's just there.
Yeah. Very cool. So the last one I have on my list, and maybe we may hear some more from the chat. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The last one is a build that we checked out last time. This is Winterfest, but I heard that Ebony Eyes, who is the player that's been really in charge of, she's got this started, has been building it up, and has really just spearheaded. And so I wanted to give her a shout out. Ebony Eyes has gotten some more stuff added to the Winterfest build, so I want to check it out.
You know, Mycroft33 asks, so how are you guys?
Oh,
How are we?
We're great.
I think we're doing okay. The weather is a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
My wife has asthma, and my son, so they struggle with kind of the extreme weather changes. But other than that, we are doing fantastic.
Yeah, I think that is correct. We're doing really fun. I'm, of course, having a great time checking out builds from. Got a little lag rendering in here. I'll give that a minute.
Gingerbread is one of my favorite things in the world, so every time I see these builds, I'm just like, I want to keep them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was working on one of my bases recently. I used just these gingerbread walls, which to me, I just love the texture on them. It looks so fluffy and kind of spongy, and I would totally walk on it like all day. I feel like it'd be good for my, for my arches, I guess. I don't know.
Good gingerbread cardio in there.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on here?
Gingerbread insert for your shoe.
That sounds both tasty and disgusting.
We've got shrubs becoming a kind of a tree here full of the Christmas lights. Hey, Elfie, good question, do I have any toys to trade you? I don't. I was going to buy, maybe, I wanted to buy some turrets to throw around the items tab. If you haven't checked these out, let's see, 50. So I'll take a little shortcut. I'll buy the Ultimate Trap Pack, which has a few bonus toys that I can use right away. I want some turrets. I want them now.
Would we call turrets ranged weapons?
Well, I think they certainly are. I think when a lot of folks, so that's a common request or just a question that we get in the
just got
community.
the question on Twitch about ranged weapons.
There you go, everything's loaded in here, looking really cool. Yeah, so that's a common question that we hear a lot, like, hey, do y'all have any plans to add ranged attacks or weapons to the game?
Besides bombs.
Besides bombs. And increasingly, we're trying this stuff out. If you look at the Halloween event, there was the Vlad-ring, which is just this, it didn't have it wasn't projected out like a bomb, which would, I imagine when you throw it, it kind of has an arc like a grenade that lands and has an effect. That was just a straight shot. You could aim it and toss it ahead of you. And this update, the Sure Ice is also kind of in that vein, right? It's a straight shot. And additionally, for the first time, I want to go where there's some creatures to try this out, so I can have the turret shoot at them. But this is quite a different design than either of those items. And the recipe for this is part of the third, I think it's the final tier of the community rewards for Elfie's Toy Drive, the event that's going on right now. Okay, Blizzard Chizard. Maybe he doesn't like landing on the snow there. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, help me out. Blizzard Chizard, there we go. Blizzard Chizard is kicking my butt.
Will Brainsoft die in this episode of Playfulverse?
Oh,
Well, I got a little help with my snowball turret here.
he is eventually. He came around to help me out. Rip brain sloth.
You know what? So Blizzard Chisel didn't kill me. It was the cold. I froze to death. Because I was wondering, I said, I'm wearing armor. Blizzard Chisel shouldn't be this like hardcore deadly. And sure enough, I just froze to death coincidentally as I fought a Blizzard Chisel.
Yep.
Which is okay. I'm okay with that.
Mycroft
Thanks,
asked
Collective Rating.
if we are the actual devs. Some of you have been answering him. Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that we do work for Playful Corp. We are here at Playful headquarters. No, in the fact that we do not code or do art or game design. We are community, public relations, and marketing people. So are we devs? I don't know. I guess you would call us honorary devs.
Well, certainly, I think the culture of Playful, if I can toot our horn a little bit, is certainly that anyone on the team always feels welcome to give feedback, and certainly that's important for community folks, right? Like, hey, I heard this feedback from the community. I think it's really important. I want to make sure the team hears it, and the team is always open to hearing that stuff.
To that point, Brain Sloth and Winter, you both have given a lot of great feedback about Creativerse that has made it into the game. I try to do that too, but I'm not as talented as Brain Sloth and Winter.
All right, where am I? I'm looking for my frozen popsicle corpse here. Here we go. I'll follow the Death Statue beacon. Oh, once again. So I think what we're seeing here, I'll go ahead and call it out, is that, and we've seen some reports from folks lately that this is it's a thing. There's a little delay on rendering this kind of chunk of area, and one theory is that it could be tied to if you have some machines that are all like a circuit that's looped together infinitely. Sometimes the game gets a little confused, like, hey, should I draw the terrain or should I continue processing that loop of like lights flashing, whatever. And so I think if I had to guess, I bet there's some sort of circuit here that's kind of doing that magic. So that's definitely something we can, it's more of a corner case because most folks do not have that kind of stuff set up, but definitely something that's on the team's radar that we want to look at. So I'll let that go ahead and render. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go into this creepy, mysterious igloo. I'll leave someone's stuff alone.
Jones Lucero on Mixer said, "Good morning. It's 1:28 a.m. where he or she. So good morning."
Good morning. Does that mean you're waking up at 1 a.m. or are you going to bed at 1 a.m.? That's the important question here, I think.
I'm not sure, but it's technically morning here too. So good morning. I feel like I can say that with authority.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. So we've checked out what there is so much more. I've just been kind of wandering around and not calling out all the stuff we're checking out. But there's been so much more that's been built since last time. I really like the design here. So this is some of the gold blocks from the welcome bundle, some diamond, octagon diamond walls.
It all goes together really well.
Yeah, it's just a fun effect, very festive. The
It's like a cash
galactic
register.
terminal, yeah, just AKA the cash register block.
Yeah. Does it have Apple Pay? Now that's the question.
And then I go just tap my here's my device. Hey. All right, I think it worked. Yeah,
You have just been charged all of the money in your bank account.
All my coins are gone now, and I bought, I don't know, some slices of gingerbread, I think. So I think we always do this at least a little bit. I think we should do at least one, where we just randomly pick someone. Hopefully we'll hit someone that we haven't visited before.
Touchstone roulette.
That's exactly right. We always go to Touchstone Roulette, and it's our trademarked Playfulverse game. I feel like that landed on Shadows. I'm right in between,
I think you're right.
but I saw Shadows with a Z get highlighted there, so we're gonna go check out Shadows' base and see. Maybe they built something really cool. Maybe they built absolutely nothing and only placed down a touchstone and maybe like a processor. You never know, so we'll just have to see.
We are in Texas. I just recently saw three billboards outside Ebbington, Missouri, and loved it. It's my favorite movie of the year, and so I couldn't resist the title. But no, we are in Dallas, Texas. McKinney, Texas, actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I've wanted to see that movie.
It's really good. Sam Rockwell is amazing in it.
Yeah, he's amazing in almost anything.
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. So we're in here in zoned in a tree house. This is not the default, the playful blueprint of a tree house. This is custom built, I can only assume. Very cool interior decor going on using some of the medieval blocks. These are just the basic wood shelves that are in. They're just a regular unlockable recipe. Some arc signs or arc picture frames with some of our screenshots. Hey, there we go.
Was one of those one of the screenshots you took?
Yeah, the dungeon one, or the kind of the catacomb.
Yeah, back when we were like getting a whole bunch of new screenshots for our early access or launch out of early access.
Yeah.
Brainsloth contributed to that. So if you go onto our Steam store page, some of that is my screenshots and some of that is
I think this might be a Playful David original here. Of course,
well,
the build
is not, but
PMA,
the photo
I believe,
is
on Happy Town, probably. All right, so we checked out this really cool build. All right, here we are. Excellent farm. Turnips for your kitchen. Some beeswax. I feel like I just saw something else that was cool. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay outside. There looked like a giant ship in the water. I don't know what side it was on, so I'm just gonna fly around here. Yeah, I see the sail. But so here's a little farmhouse. Can I hit the docks?
nice.
Oh man, that was close. What an ominous, scary ship. I would never want to be, I don't know, abducted by that ship, or whatever interaction I might have with a ship.
He's like, what a scary ship. I'm going to jump on it.
Yeah, I'm immediately going there.
Yeah.
So this is really cool stuff. I don't know, there are definitely a lot of cool kind of sail ship sort of thing. Kind of cool ship blueprints on the workshop that folks have made. I've seen some, but I feel like the palette here, so the use of the obsidian blocks for the sails and stuff, is something I haven't seen before. So either that's a new build, or we're in Toe Creek. Oh, we've been in Toe Creek's zone before, or perhaps it's a customization of an existing boat blueprint. But
A couple folks in chat said it is known as the Black Pearl Blueprint on
Okay.
Steam Workshop.
yeah, that's one of the best. I didn't recognize it because of the palette shift there, but that's definitely one of the top downloaded or subscribed blueprints from early on. So let's head over here. Here's a different one.
Yeah. The industrial cannons.
This is, hey, Gobbly is right ahead of us. Smaller ship. This one looks like a little overgrown. Hasn't been sailed in a while, perhaps.
Yeah, Gabrantz just said it's a wrecked ship on the shore.
Yeah. Oh. What might I find? I found some water coming through. Goblin Nooners. And hey.
Nothing better than a good old snowball fight.
Yeah, I'm aboard trying to climb these vines and doing another poor job of it. Oh, it's because there's one hanging out there. I may just go the way I came. Because my skills are low.
Your skills have never been better.
That is also true. Both of those statements are true. They're low and they've never been better.
We should play another round of Touchstone Roulette.
I think we have time to do that, winner.
Yeah, we could do one more.
I'll leave it to the chat to point out the amazing glide I just did, where I glided, went in a loop, and then landed accidentally on the same place that I took off from. All right. So that was a huge success. We saw two cool ships. We saw a really well-decorated tree house that kind of led into a base. Quillo. I don't think we've ever seen Quillo's base. I'm excited to see
That's a
Quillo's
cool
base.
name, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me think of the movie Quillo.
Yeah, Jay Brizzle. It's not that I need to play the
familiar with
game
that
more.
one.
It's that just like Minecraft says, my fails are intentional to be entertaining. That's really it, and it's not the fact that my skills report. So thank you, Mycroft, for the
Brainy's a natural-born entertainer.
Yeah,
That's what he was meant to do.
That's it. So
You should see
here's
him tap dance.
you should. You won't, but you should. So here's one of those kind of cases.
Speaking
where,
of which, I think it's my turn for you guys to like call me out on the spot. So you shouldn't, but I'm up.
well,
I'm due.
You say that, but I think last time we said that winter is really due for a turn.
Oh, okay. It's winter's turn.
But it's gotta be organic.
It does.
We
We don't want to force it.
Does it have to be free range?
It can be whatever you
It
want.
can be cage free. All right. So this is a
Locally
case
sourced.
where someone clearly just kind of started playing. They redeemed some of their Halloween prizes, and then probably they were like, "Oh, I'll go play in a different world," and didn't come back. So, we see a slice of life here. Really, it tells a different story from someone that created an epic build with lots to see. This is, a day in the life. Here, someone came and said, "Well, the things that are important to me are, in varying degrees, some storage to put my items, and then some creepy corrupted obelisks that glow with a deadly radiation. Like those two things are most important to me to have in my claim here." So I'm happy that we saw that. I'm gonna go. He's looking
Should we let him live?
Cute. No, he's looking a little too cute.
We should have taken a vote and let Twitch streamer or our viewers tell us.
That's true. Let me find someone who's looking even cuter than that. I saw Leafy there. Maybe it should just be Leafy. It's getting nighttime. And those creatures won't give you a choice, right? They'll just, all right, Leafy.
Should we?
Should I throw this turret at Leafy?
We're waiting for responses. Mycroft says not kill at all. Gunner Freak says rip Leafy. Kill it.
Kill it.
Yep. I think that's the consensus.
and
Leafy
Pixie
dies.
is a
Aw.
Leafy
one-
saved by the terrain. Look at
One
that.
outlier. Who is it? Mathumas says leave it alive.
That was too good.
Where'd you go, Leafy?
Uh-oh. Now Pigsy's in the line of fire. Oh, did you get out of range? Sorry, Pigsy. He's just like, well, this is happening.
He's like, my bum is really cold.
There you go. So, all right. So we asked what's left of a creature after they perish, and so here we see a Pigsy. He leaves behind some goo, some bone. Really, just kind of a gross. If you imagine reaching into that leather sack that drops on the ground, and there's just got goo inside and a bone. There's like,
Yeah.
and that's your loot, and you put it in your shiny backpack, and then you have it, and a stack of it too. You have hundreds of those in your backpack. So that's. Here's a little pro
We
tip.
spare you the details of all the smells and the stickiness.
Right.
If this were real life, you'd need to carry around like a whole bunch of wet wipes.
It's a clothespin for your nose.
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, little baby Hoglet.
A floating turret is
it
not
landed
your
on-
friend.
There you go. Sorry, Hoglet. You got in the way of a turret. Oh, who are we shooting? Oh, there's one over there. So, pro tip. So, these turrets have a limited lifespan. They last, 15 seconds or something. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, I don't know. But, I can just grab it back, redeploy. So
Does
with
that
a little,
restart the counter?
I believe it does. So with a
Nice.
little micromanagement there, I can get them the most. Hey, you're invisible to this turret.
Get the most life or deletion of life out of your turrets.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we're gonna reach in the bag and see what. All right, just some leather. So imagine just kind of a damp, just freshly removed slice of leather, and two bones just inside the moist leather pouch that dropped on the ground. You know, I'm just gonna reach inside, extract those bones. They're feeling kind of slimy.
I think they kind of carry around just like very nice leather on their person, rather than it being. They just carry around bones and leather.
So you think that's like from the Pigsy's collection?
It's from his pocket.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that may be the case. I'll have to consult with Thor or kind of some of the owners of the Creatorverse canon. Maybe Chase has some thoughts about.
We can alter the canon.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I'm really happy that we came here. We got to look inside of several gross loot bags and have some fun with turrets. So I feel like we're going to do one more, and then maybe we'll take a few more questions and call it a day because it is lunchtime. All right. This time, Orion. Not Onion, but Orion. Let's see what Orion's doing. Hey, I saw that. Throwing a snowball at me.
I'm surprised you made it out of there.
Saberdove loves how much you enjoyed that gross description, Winter. Just seemed to really...
I mean, we could do more, but it feels cruel.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of entertaining someone.
Alright, so we're here in Onion Zone.
You mean Orion's zone? Apparently this is now Onion Zone.
Yeah, this is Onion Zone.
Sorry, Orion, you are now known as Onion.
I'm so confused. This grape smells delicious.
Alright, I'm just helping Onion out here. Alright. Hey, what's up, Night Rockster? Yeah, that's right. Go that way, that's right. Not so tough. Okay. Just talking smack to Rockster. So here, using some of the haunted blocks that were available in the last Halloween event, and also some of these are from years past, and so the haunted wall, which is a cool wallpaper effect. There's some stacked stone columns up there, making up that cool kind of railing. So a cool little build here that's kind of ready to be filled out, I feel like. I feel like this is just ready for some decoration.
Ready for someone to move in, really.
Ready, yeah, it's move-in ready. It needs to be staged, perhaps, with some of the staged furniture.
Non-furnished, but prime real estate.
Yeah.
Only slightly haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, only a slight history of just terrible things happening there that result in ghosts lingering. Here's a really cool, I'm just digging the use of the columns here. Just blend right in. I like it. So, very cool. Let's check around the outside, see if we're missing anything else. Your chest, I'm just going to snoop. Oh man, look at all those recipes.
Did you see that he made a column out of death statues?
Oh, I missed it. Was that inside?
Yeah, right inside.
Right inside. Let's take a look. Yeah, very cool.
That's a really cool use of that.
Yeah, I always talk about just using blocks that have these different profiles, that's just shapes. You know, you get a little far away from that, and it starts to look less and less like a stack of death statues, and more just like this detailed thing that's got a certain shape.
It's the very definition of making lemonade out of lemons.
Well, the very definition of that would be to make lemonade out of literal lemons, but that's probably the second definition of that. It's the secondary definition.
That's true.
And yes, to answer your question, I'm very fun at parties. Oh no! I don't get my turrets back because I threw them on someone's claim, and so now they're unrecoverable.
They will expire.
They're gonna time out forever.
So someone asked, let's see, Amadeus asked if there will be a celebration when 1,000 players have visited Playfulverse. Have we not crossed that mark yet?
Let's take a look. Can we see that from here? I got 306 likes.
I think we probably have to be logged out.
Have I ever liked my? Yeah, it looks like I've liked my own world, so it would be 305 without that like. Just calling that out.
Oh wait, when you teleport, and you get the loading screen?
Well, clearly I got to do one more. No, not shadows. We already saw you shadows. All right, Frank the Man 149. This is not the 148th Frank the Man, but the 149. All right.
We're
43,
close.
that's true. So that's essentially what that number means. It's not concurrent players. That's essentially visitors, right? We've had, in fact, we probably just put visitors there. It would make a little more sense. 1,000, that's a big milestone. That would be really cool. I think
we should do something.
I think we should. So we've kind of, yeah, we'll plan something. That's great to call that out. So we're here at Frank the Man 149, and there's something going on here. So we got kind of a crafting area. I like how we set up here in the canyon biome. Clearly some fun with the excavators going on here. Just made a little roof. I mean, hey, Just excavated a flat area, playing with some of the industrial blocks.
Someone said, do a giveaway, please. We're not doing any giveaways today, but maybe that's a good idea for when we hit 1,000 players. We could have like a little special bundle for the stream that day.
Looking
So
inside my own head there.
invite your friends.
Oh.
Join Playfulverse.
What does this mean that my skull is empty?
Your skull is empty?
That's kind of. I think. Well,
A couple of comments are coming to mind, but they're not polite.
all right. I'm gonna flip this leaf. Oh, okay. Dang, some goblin ears did it for me. So that fairly. Some scare flares. Looks like that controls the lighting here. So you shut that off, you probably start to get some scary spawns. So maybe some pigsies or what spawns? We're in the canyon, so. But I think because it's on stone, we'd probably just see some pigsies and stuff. So cool. I think we checked out a lot of cool builds.
Yeah.
We saw. We had some great successes with our touchstone roulette.
Yep.
And we also had some misses, but even a miss is a lot of fun because
We also had a rip brain sloth moment.
we had a rip brain sloth moment.
We don't always get those, but when we do, they're so delicious.
Let's go ahead and head back to here, and then I'll do a little pan here.
And fun with turrets.
There we are. Hey, out of the way, microphone. That way. There you go. How's that?
Microphone loves you.
So, hey, it's the end of the year, just
Hey.
about. Most of the
What's
folks
up?
in the studio, they're already home. I mean, there's a few here, still working, still plugging away. We're here. We decided to do some Playfulverse, but
We're
it's
always
almost
here.
the end of
We never leave.
2017, and it's been a cool year. A few things. It feels like a few things happened this year with Creativers, right?
Are we doing this now?
I don't know. Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do a commemorative chat.
Yeah. So one thing that comes to mind, Creativers launched, right? Like that happened. That was
Out
a
of
thing.
early access, yes.
Launched out of early access in May. Sounds
May 8th?
correct. May 8th. That's exactly right. So that was really cool. We had some really major, impactful releases.
R50.
R50 just happened with a new holiday update. I'm also thinking of the Blueprint Revolution. To me, that changed fundamentally the way
game changer.
building works in the game, right?
Yeah.
If I want to build anything, what I'm doing is I'm building a flat wall, or I'm just grabbing one from the workshop, using burst fill to build it out really fast, and then grabbing, and playing that game, the game of what can I blueprint, what blueprints can I use to really expand what I can build in just a major way really quick. So that really felt like a game changer too.
August, the 3rd anniversary of Creativers launching.
That's totally true. That happened as well. That was a lot of fun. We did a fun anniversary code. I think we gave out the Rainbow Nader sword. We had some stuff on sale. That was a blast.
In other news, we launched Super Lucky's Tale, which is on the Xbox One and Windows 10. And if you haven't heard of it yet, you should check it out.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely
fun.
check that out. You can see we did a couple streams for that, including the launch live stream just last month.
Which included confetti.
That's
that,
true.
To this day, this morning, I am still clean. Like I've found 2 pieces of confetti underneath my desk.
I found one a couple days ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll eternally be hidden confetti around my desk.
It was
but
good. It's a
but it was
reminder.
worth it.
Firo
is really
Gaming asks, how can I join the Playful world? The world is called Playfulverse. It's on the live servers right now, so if you go to the world search, type in Playfulverse or @Brainsloth, it'll come right up. You should totally do that. Join us. Anyone can join. There's a few world rules, so you'll probably see right when you log in. Like, hey, don't be a jerk, and also don't claim like right next to someone's stuff. Read those rules, and then have a blast. And maybe we'll come visit your build in a future episode. You never know.
I hope so.
We love seeing what you guys build. Love it.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's the best part of our day as community folks is seeing, y'all make our job easy because there's so much just this constant flow of creativity. We're always surprised. We were surprised today when we saw beacons inside the grav chamber.
I want to
making
do
this
that.
Awesome light show. That was crazy. I had never seen that before.
That gave me
Yeah.
so many ideas.
Thank you guys so much. And a lot of you are saying happy holidays, so we'll say that back. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being the best
Yes.
community in the world. And we love you guys. It's been a great stream. Anything to add, guys?
I think it's all been said.
I think that covers it, yeah.
Yep. Just
All
checking
right,
out the
guys.
chat. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the new year with more Playfulverse, more all the things. We can't wait.
More all the
right.
things.
All right.
Bye.